Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. The end of April was honestly pretty solid. I read about 30 books, and May has started off to be a fruitful reading month, so I'm really excited for the rest of the month. But anyway, the first book on this list is called Divine Rivals. This book is a YA historical fantasy following two rival journalists who find a magical connection through their typewriters. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so well done. I know I said earlier that it's a historical fantasy, but I don't remember specifically which time period it's like inspired by or technically set in. But anyway, this book is so fantastic and so well done. On Goodreads, it's listed as a historical fantasy, even though within the story, I don't remember a specific time period. But anyway, I digress. The plot was so engaging and absolutely so intriguing. The romance was so well done. I really enjoyed it because both main characters were both so well developed and so distinct. I literally love them so much. The world building made so much sense and it's so immersive. I just loved it so much. This book is so incredible and it's so well done. And I found myself being so immersed in the story from the beginning to the very end. Literally, this entire thing is so well done and it's so exciting and so well paced. Overall, I rated this book 4.5 stars because I really enjoyed it. I'm so excited to read the sequel next year. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called My Name is Hamburger. This book is a middle-grade historical fiction following a young Jewish main character in 1962 who is learning to embrace herself. This book is absolutely so good and so fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. First of all, I really enjoyed the plot because it was so engaging and absolutely so intriguing. It's been a really long time since I've read a historical fiction book starring a Jewish main character that wasn't set during the Holocaust. I understand, obviously, the importance of the Holocaust and the Jewish voices, but also, obviously, Jewish people existed outside of that time period. So this story was so refreshing and it was so well done. The setting was so well researched and so well done. The characters were all so well developed and so distinct. Literally, the writing was so good. Literally, this book is so awesome and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, overall, I digress. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Midnight Strikes. This story is a YA fantasy following a young main character who is stuck in a time loop and must stop an attack on the royal family. This book is absolutely so fantastic and so good. And honestly, I wasn't really expecting it to be because first of all, when this book first came out a few months ago, I DNF'd it. And second of all, typically when books have a time loop, I find myself being so annoyed by it because the story is so repetitive. But with this book, it wasn't, because within each time loop, the author developed the world building so well. So I was so immersed by all these new things that I was learning, if that makes any sense. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The plot twist surprised me, each and every one. The characters were all so well developed and so distinct. The romance was so cute and so adorable. Literally, this book was so good. I really enjoyed it. I think this book is a standalone, if I'm not mistaken, but if there was a sequel, I would definitely read it, because again, this book was so good. Anyway, all that to say, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called This Delicious Death. This story is a YA sapphic horror contemporary, following a young main character who must figure out what has made one of her best friends feral, because she and the rest of her best friends are flesh-eating ghouls who live amongst humans in normal society, because they used to be humans themselves. I don't know if that really makes any sense, but anyway, I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars because even though the plot was intriguing and it was engaging, and the mystery element was very captivating and well done, and the world building made sense, and I appreciated how the flashbacks were well incorporated, and the characters were all well developed and distinct. I enjoyed the sapphic bisexuality representation. However, for me, the romance, in my opinion, felt misplaced just because I was more interested in the mystery and the friend group in general than the best friends to lovers romance. I don't really know if that makes any sense. Like, I definitely understand why other people might love the romance, because I understand, like, the cuteness of it all. You know what I mean? It's just that within the parameters of this story, it just felt misplaced, because for me personally, I was more interested in the mystery. Again, I don't really know if that makes any sense at all, but basically, overall, I do prefer the author's debut, My Dearest Darkest, which I read last year and rated 4 out of 5 stars, and I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars, so take that as you will. The last book on this list was my very first read of the month, which is why I now have higher hopes for the rest of May, is Spin. This story is a YA fantasy feminist retelling of Arachne, and I really enjoyed it. Like, this book was so good. First of all, the free-verse format was literally so lyrical and so pretty. The sapphic representation felt so well done and so good. The characters were all so well developed and so distinct. The main character's relationship with, like, her best friend as well as her parents and her brother, like, felt so authentic and so well done. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. For someone who's not really completely familiar with the original story, like, I didn't really know what to expect from the story at all, which I think was the point. But anyway, this book was so good, and I just really enjoyed it. So with that said, I rated this story 4 out of 5 stars. I will gladly read more from this author in the future because this book was so amazing. And with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. So in conclusion, even though I've only read so far one book this month, I still have high hopes for the rest of May because, like, I started off great. I hope to end great as well. So anyway, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the octopus emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!